All right, questions 41-50. In order to maximize or minimize short-run losses, a profit maximizing firm will necessarily shut down production under which of the following conditions? This is easy. AVC has to be less than the price, right? So, or let's see, total revenue is less than total cost. Average revenue is less than average variable cost. Well, yes, because the price would be below the AVC. Yep. Okay, next one. An increase in the effective minimum wage will have less of an impact on employment if the demand for labor is, well, if you less of an impact, then the demand for labor would be inelastic. So should be D. 43. If a firm employs only labor and capital in its production process, which of the following best describes the optimal combination of inputs and for the firm in the long run? Let's see. If a firm employs only labor and capital in its production process, okay. Which of the following best? Okay. So the marginal products of labor. Okay, let's read these. The marginal product per dollar spent on labor is equal to the marginal product per dollar spent on capital. Yes, this is literally the marginal utility over price. This has to equal for both labor and capital if you have the optimal combination, which is literally this marginal product per dollar. So everything else here should be wrong. 44. Most economists argue that a monopoly is inefficient because should be B. They produce less at higher prices. Too little output and sets a price above marginal cost. That's why it's inefficient. 45. If the table above shows the distribution of income in country X in 2010 before and after transfer payments, before and after taxes and transfer payments, which of the following can be concluded about the effect of government tax on income distributions? All right. So this is the income distribution, and since it's 1%, and then you have 50 here, they reduced this and increased. All right. So they made it. This is unequal, and they made it they made it more equal. So it's not A. It's not B. Let's look at this. The major transfer of income from the highest quantile to the lowest quantiles, that actually look at this, 1.1 to 5.1, whereas these two did not change. This decreased and it went to the first two. So E looks perfectly good. The largest gainers are third and fourth. No, they barely changed. And then the only quintile to benefit is the lowest. No, the second to lowest also benefited. 46. After graduating from high school, Peggy Smith decided to enroll in a 2-year program at a local community college rather than to accept a job that offered, okay, cool. The annual limitations, the annual opportunity cost of attending community colleges. So, losing $12K and $4,600. $16,600 is what the opportunity cost is going to be. So D. Yep. Should be that. 47. In which of the following situations is a good not scarce? All right. Because there is given nothing to obtain more of the good. That should be the answer because that's not really what scarcity is. Because you can produce as much of the good as they want at its current market price. That is right. Large quantities of the good are available in the marketplace. Yep. There's a surplus of the good at some positive price. Right. And there's a shortage at some positive price. Right. But consumers give up nothing to obtain. They always give up something. That's the point of scarcity. 48. Suppose that the market supply curve for shoes is upward sloping and the market demand curve is downward sloping. How will the imposition of a sales tax on shoes affect the consumer surplus, producer surplus, and total surplus? So let's look at this. The market supply curve for shoes and the market demand curve. Okay, so how will the imposition of sales tax? So the sales tax is going to be, you're going to produce less. So you're going to have a decrease in producer surplus. So these are out. Consumer surplus is also going to decrease because there's going to be less that consumers can consume. So total surplus decreases as well. A. 49. At our current level of consumption, a consumer is willing to pay up to $1.50 for the bottle of water and up to $1,500 for a diamond ring because the marginal utility of the bottle of water. Okay, wait. Yeah, the marginal utility of the bottle of water is less than the marginal. It should be C. Yeah, that's why they're willing to pay more for the diamond ring. If a firm's production process exhibits economies of scale, which will find will occur when the firm's output increases, its long run total cost will actually, average total cost will fall. So it should be C. Because remember, we're looking at economies of scale, and we're at this, or I drew it kind of badly, but it decreases first. So if output decreases, it's in this range. If output increases, then your LRATC decreases. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.